This episode showed that the series will still follow that episodic adventure structure of the previous season, and that made me really happy. I so enjoyed this one. I thought it was EGGC-elent.
Phone was muted, and it was going to be a perfect transition of me going from starting soon to starting. But maybe next time. That was a huge fail. Anyway, welcome guys. So first of all, thank you so much, Vince. Excellent indeed. As soon as the episode ended, I went downstairs, and as I took a picture on Twitter, I boiled some eggs. So yeah, warning to the wise, if you have not seen the episode, please steer clear of this live stream, and I don't want to be the one to spoil anything. It's a fun one, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about it for the next hour or so. But get our minds off of the world, and let's think of Star Wars. Or we can talk about the world. I'm up for anything today, man. I got my Bob's Burgers Tina mug where it just says, and she's laying on her back, and it fits 4 cups of coffee. So I'm sipping on it. Yeah, it's really interesting. Favreau and eggs, and there's a lot of, like, throughout the series, a lot of, like, symbolism of life and birth and parenthood. And, yeah, it's really interesting. It's really interesting. But yeah, let's shoot the shit about this thing, shall we? Vince Wynn, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. It's good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Vince says, this episode showed that the series will still follow that episodic adventure structure of the previous season, and that made me really happy. I so enjoyed this one. I thought it was excellent. As did I. I was curious, and we've been talking about this for a while, if the show would keep that kind of all over the place, on the run feel to it, every episode being its own kind of self-contained thing in a way. I thought they were going to be a little more streamlined, sitting in one location for a while. Maybe that will still be the case, but I absolutely loved the structure of the first season, how every episode felt like its own, like, comic book, its own, like, weekly adventure, its own episode of TNG where the crew's on to a new, fun and interesting destination. That's what this show still feels like to me, and it is kind of a throwback, and I love it. I know a lot of people would rather it be a little more streamlined, but for me, this is kind of a breath of fresh air from the normal show structure that we've been getting for a while. So yeah, I love the structure for sure. The episode was fun. One of my favorite parts was it's the thumbnail of this live stream, when, spoiler alerts once again, when the Razor Crest, Mando and them, they're flying through, they can't go faster than light. They can't go, they have to stay sub-hyper, what was the word he used? Sublight speed? Is that what he called it? I can't remember. And then we get some cameos. Dave Filoni is in there, flying an X-Wing, and I love the mundane, like, chatter back and forth. The New Republic is basically like the enforcement agency now. They're the cops. This mundane routine, like, there's no Fourth Amendment here. There's no, guards against search and seizures. They're forcing, basically, Mando to send a ping to prove that he's not an Imperial. I liked all of that. Sublight. Thank you, Sublight. Yeah, I can't remember what I said. Did I say sub-hyper? I can't remember. But yeah. It was. I thought it was a really fun one. I saw some people in the chat earlier say it was, like, uncomfortable. For sure. Vince mentioned that he was where did it go? Arachnophobe. But I still enjoy this, making my freaking skin crawl though. Yeah. Yeah, I was curious what those things would look like as they were hatching, right? The child ate one, and for a moment I thought they were going to be like face huggers from Alien, but no, they were spiders. But yeah, anyway, Vince, I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Arco, good to see you, my friend. Let me take a quick sip of the old coffee here. Arco says, okay, real talk. I didn't enjoy it much and genuinely pressed fast forward for the first time. Really? Damn. Going from Crate Dragon to eggs is a bit of a downer. Also, Mando, please pay attention to your child. Jeez. So, the feeling that I got in this episode, Arco, was, at least, yeah, this episode more than any other, it felt more like a parent-child relationship. And we got a little glimpse of this in the first season too, like, don't touch that knob, that shiny ball, the shifter, whatever the hell it is. This was don't eat the egg, and let's take a nap and just lay here and let's rest together. And I definitely, he feels like more of a parent to the child now than he has in the past, which I really like. There's definitely a closer bond building there, at least that I can see. You said going from Crate Dragon to this, it was a bit of a downer. I kind of liked how this episode was certainly a little goofier And I liked that. I liked the humor throughout it. I even made a comment about where did it go? I wrote where did it go? I don't know. I wrote down some things that I really liked about the episode in this file. I cannot find it. But one of them was about the humor and a specific moment that I really liked. But no, I liked the simplicity of it. You know, need to get the passenger there. There was a lot of humor involved. One of my favorite things, man, was when the frog creature used that droid to basically as a translator. I thought that was really clever. It's those little subtle, clever workarounds to problems, or I don't know. I really liked that. I thought it was a clever little way to progress. Oh yeah, and then the frog in this hot spring. This episode was certainly goofy, but I like the goofiness in this show. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, the frog lady. What's up, Jesus? The frog lady jumping around for sure. It did catch me off guard too. And I think this is one of the first times that we've seen like obvious or CGI child, right? And I'm sure we've seen the child CGI'd before, but there's a few moments in this episode where it's like obvious CG child. And I'm blanking on what moments they are, but definitely sometime around when the cave and the spiders and stuff like that. Maybe it wasn't CG, but it definitely looked like it to me.
Teresa rumored Bourbon mini-series on the way. What are your thoughts? I'm afraid that they might have nudged Favreau to force him into set up a series, or it'll just be a prequel.
Vince, thank you so much for the super chat, channel support once again, man, and and Stephen W. Fathery, once again, thank you guys so much. But yeah, Arco, I hope the next one hits you, man. I kind of like how this show goes from Crate Dragons to Eggy Weggies, goes from Tusken Raiders on the run, getting acid burned, to Baby Yoda popping some eggs in its mouth. But I dig it, man. I liked how it was a little slower pace, a little more subdued, a little more humor. But yeah. Anyway, hope all is well. Stephen W. Fathery, I think I got the order here. And Vince Wynn. Thank you guys so much. Steven says, Frog Lady was almost too weird, but I still had fun. If someone put a blaster to your head, would you rather eat a Frog Lady egg or a spider hatchling? See, I understand the Frog Lady being a weird thing, but that felt like such a throwback to what you would have seen in like A New Hope in 1977 in the cantina. It just fit right in for me. It wasn't the most like creative alien idea, right? A frog. But neither were a lot of the alien ideas in the cantina, right? We had a wolf man, a lot of familiar type of things. Hell, some of it was used in other movies and shows and stuff like that. I liked it. It kind of fit the vibe of the original Star Wars, you know. But yeah. So if I had to eat a Frog Lady egg or a spider hatchling, I think I would go like, because the eggs aren't fertilized yet, right? That's what she said. So it's not like I'd bite into it and I'd be eating like a fetus, an embryo or something like that, right? It would be an unfertilized egg, like you would get. Yeah, I would eat the egg. I would eat the egg for sure. I think that's what she said, right? Yeah, no question about it. Yeah. But I appreciate that, Steve. Hope you're doing well, man. And thank you for the channel support as well. The adventures / misadventures of Mando / BY Bebe Yoda. Yeah, it's exactly what it feels like. It feels like, and that's I really like the structure of it, man. It sucks that some people don't, but I love how every episode is just completely unpredictable. And sure, there's a through line for some characters, and there's obviously Mando and Baby Yoda are on the run. We've seen Amy Sedaris' character in both episodes of this season so far. What is her character's name? Every time I think of her or talk about her in a video, I just call her Amy Sedaris' character. I have no idea what the hell her name is. I'm assuming she has a name. Yeah, I love the structure of it. It's unpredictable. Every episode feels like a completely different adventure. And yeah, I love it. I love it that way. It's complete personal preference. I can't explain more than that why it really appeals to me, but yeah, man. And also I've been looking for some Mando prints to put in my office, just one. And the ones that I really like are like comic book themed, and they look like they're like, I don't know, 8x10 mock-up of, fake comic books. So it looks like a comic book cover of the Mandalorian. It just fits. I'm probably gonna end up getting one and put it on the wall in the office. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that. And Vince win. Weird. Arco. Arco, is that on my screen, man? It has a completely different name for you. That's really strange. I see your message in Streamlabs. I see that you retracted it. If this is your message, something screwed up. Weird. Go ahead and type your message here. I'll read it out. That's really strange. I have on Streamlabs, it shows a completely different name. That's really weird. But Vince Win, Arco, and Vince Win, thank you guys so much for the channel support once again. Let me her name is Pelimoto? Have they said that in the show at all? I don't remember hearing it. They probably have. I don't remember hearing it, though. Weird. Vince Win. Arco and Vince Win. Yeah, Arco, if you want to type something in the chat, I'll absolutely get to that. Vince says, probably heard, but there's a rumored Boba miniseries on the way. What are your thoughts? I'm afraid that they might have nudged Favreau in to force him to set up a series, or it'll just be a prequel. I have not heard this rumor at all. Interesting, though. I feel like there's been a Boba Fett rumor since the acquisition by Disney, right? A Boba Fett TV show rumor, a Boba Fett movie rumor. Now, those rumors have a little more from Deadline. Okay. Those rumors certainly have a little more legitimacy to them, and maybe that's why people are throwing around more rumors like that to begin with, because they would seem more legitimate. For me, like, man, I wouldn't say that they nudged him to make a series. I could completely see them just being on board, Favreau, Filoni wanting that to happen. They probably wouldn't need that much nudging. I'm sure they love the character. They would love... Who wouldn't want to play around with the Boba Fett story, right? Yeah, interesting. I have not heard that, but it doesn't surprise me whatsoever. I doubt it would be a prequel because, there's no question that they would probably get Tamora Morrison to come in there, or they would find a younger actor. That I guess they could do that too. But for me, like, and I'm a broken record about this kind of stuff, right? It's not something that I really want. It's not something that I really, obviously I would be excited to watch it. I would watch it through and through. But like, my heart lies with the future of Star Wars in the new, right? And the idea of kind of having a character that, a show about a character that we're already familiar with. It's the same reason that I wasn't too excited for the Kenobi stuff until I found out it was going to be like a mini series, like a really short season, one season, like kind of a one and done. And I think they just do some really interesting, different stuff with it. So I'm hopeful about that, But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. The rumor doesn't surprise me. If it happens, it would kind of surprise me. But yeah. But anyway, Vince, I appreciate that, man. And Mr. Arco, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Arco says, I was saying that you could absolutely feel Mando's dread when the X-Wings engage their S-foils. Feel like X-Wings don't get the respect they deserve in the movies like TIEs. I loved it. I love that entire sequence, Arco. Once again, as I said at the beginning of the stream, there's going to be spoilers here. You can't expect to come to a stream labeled Mando Talk Season 2, Episode 2, The Passengers live stream, and not have some spoilers thrown around. So, I love that entire sequence. The Filoni cameo. What I loved about that entire sequence was how that the interaction between Mando and the pilots, because it's like all procedure, it's all by the book policing in a way, right? It's mundane chatter over the communications, and it's a look at like the New Republic as a law enforcement agency in a way. That's what I liked about it. They're kind of forcing Mando to send a ping, as they said, to prove that he's not, Imperial. They're the new authority. It's interesting to me. Oh my God, my watch is going crazy. Do you hear that? Oh, now it stopped, of course, when I put it up the microphone. My watch buzzed like 20 times in a row. Whenever my daughter's preschool teacher adds photos of classes in this app, it notifies me. So she'll like upload 30 at a time, and then my watch is just like but yeah, I love that entire sequence, man. Just seeing the kind of the procedures of the New Republic and how they're policing out there, random searches, forced landings, show your papers, that kind of thing. They're kind of becoming a little like the Empire in a way, but I loved it. You mentioned a sense of dread. It was cool. It was cool for sure. Looking left, looking right, attack position, getting ready. I loved it. You couldn't tell the Republic. You really couldn't tell what they were saying. Interesting. I listened to it with headphones on, so maybe that was that's why I could hear it easier. But yeah, I appreciate that, Arco. And Vince Wynn and Atiba, thank you guys so much. Vince says, just wanted to shout out today's video. Very interesting. Really enjoyed it. Everyone check it out. Well, thank you so much, man. Yeah, I made that a couple days ago, and I just finally had a chance to hop on the computer and upload it this morning. But yeah, it's an interesting topic, at least. I wish I would have gone a little more in depth with it, pulling examples from history and stuff like that, but it's kind of self-explanatory. Nobody wants a damn history lesson. You just need one example and you get it, right? and what better example than one of the most recent blunders, for sure. But I appreciate that, man. Certainly an important topic. So yeah, if anybody wants to, the video that I uploaded today is called "What Would Really Happen If the Galactic Empire Was Destroyed," and it's kind of just a 4-minute long discussion of power vacuums and when regimes are removed, what swoops in to take its place, and it's always incredibly messy. And I basically say what you would expect if we were living in the Star Wars universe and the Galactic Empire existed. You know, what we saw in the first episode of Season 2 of The Mandalorian, with the mining clan, or the mining collective, coming in as soon as the Empire was removed. The mining collective swooping in to assume power is probably exactly what we would see, right? But yeah, anyway. I appreciate that, Vince. And Atiba Drayton, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Atiba says, this episode went in a different direction than I thought it would. I still enjoyed it, but I was hoping to see more Boba. I kind of like that bait and switch, man. I kind of like how... This actually came up on my yesterday's stream, I believe. Somebody asked me, do I think we'll see Boba in the next episode, today's episode? And I said, yeah, I thought so. But I kind of like how it's the long tease. I like how, you know, at the end of this first season around then, there was a little jingle jangle, a little tease. Who the hell is that? And then in the end of last episode, a little tease, and they're just stretching that tease out, right? So I'm glad it hasn't jumped into like full-blown Boba Fett zone yet. But I would, you know, I would suspect that your wishes will be fulfilled at some point soon, Atiba. But I love how whenever I go to predict something in this show, whenever I think the show is going in a certain direction, it always goes in a completely different direction, or does something out of the blue and unexpected, and takes things in a direction that no, you can't really predict, right? I love it. I love it, man. But yeah, be patient. It'll happen for sure. But I appreciate that, man. I know a lot of people wanted to see Boba, but you know, it'll happen, right? It'll happen. But I appreciate that, man. There we go. Almost already done with the 4 cups of coffee that I brewed for this stream. And I just minimized everything. Let me get everything back on my screen. Alright. So... Okay, where did it go? Okay, sorry. Okay, Cheese Films was next. Let me, Cheese Films, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Now I'm just waiting for a Dr. Mandible figurine. Ant-Man? Yeah, I was... Let me actually look up Dr. Mandible Star Wars on Wikipedia. Okay, so... I was wondering, I haven't looked this up, I was wondering if he appeared... Oh, he appeared in Gunslinger? Chapter 5? I do not remember that. I don't remember that, man. Dr. Mandible, the Mandalorian. He actually made... You said Dr. Zoidberg. Is he in the background of an episode 5? I don't remember him in there, but maybe he was just in the background. So, well, oh shit, what was I gonna say? Yeah, when I was watching it, Vince, I actually thought the ant guy was like a throwback to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I thought they were using like a model from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or something like that, you know? It looked a lot like that to me. After the episode was over, I went hunting for some screenshots of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and that ant that they ride on. It's not it. It's similar. It's an ant, but it wasn't the case. But yeah, so I love that. It's very similar to the look of the Frog Lady, and how, as I said at the beginning of the stream, how Frog Lady and even the Ant-Man, Dr. Mandible, both just feel and look like they would have been in the original, Mos Eisley Cantina in A New Hope. Because in that we had a vampire, we had Wolfman, just kind of a hodgepodge of costumes that they could find, basically, right? The show is such a throwback to the piece of Star Wars that I hold near and dear to my heart, A New Hope, and I just love it. But yeah, anyway. Did you guys hear that Death Star alarm? There is literally Satan in the cantina for sure, Iron. Did you guys hear that Death Star alarm? That means we have a new member of the fleet. An imaginary boy, too. Welcome to the fleet, man. Thank you so much for becoming the latest member of the fleet. You get a special role in the HelloGreedo Discord, and I do supporter Q&As once a month, and I'm actually going to be doing one. I'm going to call it probably Tuesday the 10th is what I'm going to shoot for, around 7:30 p.m. And I'm going to be combining the last two into this one, or the last one into this one. It'll probably be a couple hours long, but yeah, welcome to the fleet, man. If everybody could do me a big favor, if you already haven't, say welcome to the fleet, an imaginary boy too. But I appreciate the hell out of that. Welcome to the fleet, my friend. Anyway, cheese. I dig it. And I don't know, man. Thank you as well. I don't know, man says, was that Pablo Hidalgo as the second X-Wing pilot alongside Filoni? I don't believe so. I didn't recognize him. I feel like I would have recognized Pablo Hidalgo. Let's see. Mandalorian cameo. 4 hours ago. Somebody's going to tell me in the chat. It definitely wasn't Pablo Hidalgo, though. Bradley Baker was the Frog Lady? Zero. Oh, okay. Yeah. I recognize him. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything, though. Paul Sun Hyung Lee. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything. But I recognize him. He's in RoboCop, the 2014 remake. I never saw that. Should I have? So no, that wasn't Pablo Hidalgo. But the show definitely has a huge list of cameos and whatnot, for sure. It's kind of neat. I wouldn't be surprised if one day we'll see Pablo Hidalgo in a little role. Anyway. There we go. Cool. But I appreciate that, man. Daniel Ambrose, good to see you, Daniel. Daniel says, this show makes me feel like a kid again, waiting at the TV, looking for the clock to turn 3. Lights out. Cup of cocoa. Beer now, though, in my hands. Yeah, for sure. It's really fun to have and it's mind-blowing still, to have a live-action Star Wars TV show. It's crazy. It's crazy. But man, I don't know how to describe it. Because most of the time when we watch shows, you know, we're latecomers to shows. We watched The Sopranos a few years ago for the first time. You know, Game of Thrones, we hopped in like season 4. You know, we started the show when season 4 was already coming out. But to be able to sit down and like anticipate a weekly Star Wars show, it's hard to explain. It doesn't make me feel like a kid again because we didn't have this shit when I was a kid, and I don't remember ever watching anything like week to week when I was a kid. Like it's strange. Did you guys, like the folks who are kind of around my generation, my age? Is there anything back in the day that you watched week to week? I never got into like the X-Files, and if I did, I wasn't watching them weekly, you know, reruns or whatever the hell when they were on. It is really it's the thing in terms of entertainment that I look forward to the most, like in a weird way. Like it's strange to sit down at my computer, because I watch them on my computer just so I can take some notes on my other monitor, and get like pumped to turn on an episode of The Mandalorian, more so than I did with the Clone Wars even. It's a weird feeling for sure. That was definitely me with the X-Files. Oh, interesting. Yeah, X-Files, I never really got into it, but I remember watching a few episodes. Pokemon, no, I never, even with cartoons, I never like, that's true. I watched like Seinfeld with my parents and whatnot, but I never remember like sitting down to watch new episodes. It was always, I don't know, Simpsons during the golden years. Again, I never really sat down to watch new episodes. I guess South Park. I remember watching South Park with my buddy. I remember watching the first episode of South Park with my friend. The very first one. That would have been like, what, 98? And let's see, South Park. 97. I remember, so I was 11 years old. That's hard to believe, man. I remember watching it at my buddy's house the night it aired the first time. We were excited, and I slept over at his house, and we watched it, and it was like, it's weird that I remember that. He had a ferret. But I remember where I was the first time I experienced South Park. Just kind of funny. Out of all the memories that have been lost in time in my brain, I remember that one. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, nice, Daniel. Nice. Yeah. But anyway, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I don't think it'll ever not be mind-blowing that we're getting this. It's crazy. And I would love to go back and watch some... I haven't watched new South Park in a few years. I used to occasionally keep up with it. I've heard they've gotten... they haven't... They've been just as good now as they've always been. Even better. You know, you watch the first season, it's a little more crude, not as interesting, not as challenging to culture and society. It definitely found its footing, right? Six. Oh, wow. Nice. Earliest show I remember being excited for was Dexter, but that was high school when it first started. Dexter. We watched that. We didn't finish the last season, I don't think, though. But I remember I watched Dexter on deployment. That's right. I forgot about that. Me and my wife, I torrented a ton of Dexter episodes in 2010. Oh my god, it's already been that long? Let me see. Let me look this up. Dexter. When did that show start? That's crazy. Dexter. 2006? Whoa. Okay, so I remember I torrented a ton of Dexter episodes and put them on my wife's computer and put them on my computer, my laptop for deployment. And we would watch an episode. Whenever I got a chance, I would email her. You know, I'd be able to email her maybe like a couple times a week, if that. But I would be like, I'm watching, you know, season 1, episode 7, Thursday night at 7 p.m. my time. Watch it with me, and then we would email back and forth about Dexter. It's coming. That's coming back, right? I think. Everybody did illegal things on the boat, man, when it came to movies. The United States Navy had a ton of... well, it was all because of the ITs on the boat. There's like a closed circuit TV. I don't know how it is nowadays. This was 10 years ago. But like there's an internal closed circuit TV system on the ship. And the ITs would, you know, we'd have satellite TV that would occasionally work. A couple channels, but the ITs had access to like a video, one output signal that could broadcast throughout the ship, so they would always just play bootleg movies that they downloaded to import and stuff like that. Very popular thing on the boat for sure. Jesus. I mean, dude, guys would we'd go into port. Especially the ITs that did all the boat TV stuff. They would just come back from being on Liberty, and they would come back with dozens of new movies. Sometimes, if they could find internet. I never experienced that, Steven. Not like that, but nice, Vince. This is almost empty. At the Air Force Base I worked at, we had whole movies on a server. It was through the exchange service. Yeah. Yep. That's kind of how the boat was too. And I, I even... I probably have this file somewhere because I still have the laptop that I took on deployment. But I even I printed out a document that explained how to download when we got into port. And whoever wanted to have instructions on how to do it, I would just hand them a copy. Because I got asked so many times if I could download a movie for people when we went into port, and I was like, it's really easy, let me just teach you how to do it. So I would have like a few pieces of paper printed out, instructions on how to download stuff when we got into port, and so they could do it. Yeah. Nice, glad you liked it, 28 JJ man. I did like the episode, JC. Angelos, thank you so much for the super chat in channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. But I'm gonna try to pronounce your last name. I'm an idiot, so I'm not gonna get it right. Veludos? Angelos Veludos? Maybe I got it right. Let me know in the chat. Did I get it right, or am I a bigger dummy than I thought? But Angelos, thank you so much for the channel support this afternoon, man. Oh, I did? Nice. Okay. Angelo says, off topic, but do you think that you'll put your book on other platforms like Google Play? Ooh, that's a good question, man. I've never looked into how to put it on Google Play. And I don't even know. Yeah, I have no idea how to go about that. As of right now, probably not. I just have it set up on Amazon. There is an option to a Kindle option on the Amazon listing. And then there's paperback as well. So as of right now, Angelos, I probably won't end up putting it on any other platform. Before I would do that, I would get an audiobook version out, which I still need to. But let me actually look up how easy. Maybe it's like just super easy. How to put your book on Google Books, I guess. Is that what it's called? How to self-publish your book, Google Play Books. Oh, nice. Okay. All right, I'm going to look into this. All right. I don't know anything about it, but I will definitely check it out. But if you have a Kindle, you should be able to get it there. You can also buy Kindle books on your phone, and you don't need it like an actual Kindle. I think you can read it on a tablet or your phone as well. You can download a Kindle app on your phone, I believe. But yeah, audiobook version would be the best because of your. Yeah, I need to finish it, man. I need to finish it. It's almost been a year since it's been out. It's kind of hard to believe. Yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna look into how to go about this. Star Wars guy, thank you so much for becoming the latest member of the fleet. I don't know if you know this, but you get a special role in the Discord server. Link in the description below. And I do supporter Q&As once a month. The next one, I believe I mentioned the 10th around 7:30 p.m. I think that's what I'm shooting for. Next Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. I don't think I have anything going on then. We'll see. I think it should be good. But yeah, man, if everybody could do me a big favor and say welcome to the fleet to Star Wars guy, I would greatly appreciate that. Welcome to the fleet, man. Thank you so much for the support. I hope you enjoyed the latest episode. Stick around. Let's talk some Star Wars and whatever else is on your mind. But I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I don't know about you guys, but the New Republic dudes seem like assholes. Tubby. I liked it. I liked how it, to me, it was like, I briefly talked about it earlier, when the X-Wings and the New Republic guys and Filoni, and it was procedure. They've become the new cops. They are the new authority in town, and they are becoming, yeah, there's no protection on search and seizures. They're going to search your ship. They're going to force you to do a ping or land to prove that you're not part of the Empire. I liked how it showed that they, in a way, are almost becoming the Empire in a way. You know what I mean? Just basically being the authority that you must submit to. You know. Yeah. No, it's not members only. Nope. Your video was well timed, not just with what's going on in the world, but those themes that were introduced in today's episode. That's kind of true. That's very true. I hadn't thought about it, but I made that video, like I said, a few days ago, and I just had some time to upload it today. It's interesting. Yoda Pagoda, I dig the name. Yoda Pagoda, Abe Vagoda. Thank you so much, Yoda, for becoming a member of the fleet. You're the third person to join the fleet today. Thank you so much. You probably heard the spiel, but you get a special role in the Discord server. And I do supporter Q&As once a month. But dude, thank you so much for becoming the latest member of the fleet. If everybody could do me a big favor and say welcome to the fleet, Yoda Pagoda, I would greatly appreciate it. But thank you so much, man. Welcome to the fleet. The spiders are old school Ralph and Quarry design. Indeed, indeed. I always say, man, like if you're gonna troll, like be clever about it. You're just gonna get deleted if you come in here and type an L. Try to get under people's skin, man. That's what trolling is. Trolling is a long game. You don't come in here and just type a couple letters in a row. That's lame. That's dumb. Get creative with your trolling, son of a bitch. At least be creative. Don't be lame. Dude, Angelus, it's hard to believe that I've been doing it that long. I mean, I started the channel in 2011. Oh, nice. It's raining outside. Water those peppers. Water those peppers. Yeah, it's weird. It's hard to believe that I've been doing this for almost 10 years. And just to see the ebb and flow of, or the shift in tone and personality and how the channel's kind of evolved with myself. And the different things in the franchise that we've all looked forward to collectively, you know, experience collectively. It's been a really fun and interesting ride for sure. For sure. But yeah. Yeah, it's crazy to think that it's been just a fun little thing that I've been doing for almost 10 years. Crazy, man. Here's the song. Star Wars. That's actually Andromeda back there, Joshua. That's an actual Hubble Space Telescope image of the Andromeda Galaxy. Got a long way to go. The Andromeda Galaxy is 2.5 million light years away from us. So, yeah. Yeah, Lilac Skies by Corbin Kites. Corbin Kites? Corbin Kites. Corbin Kites. Boom, 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 boom. How does that fan-made version of Galaxies work? So you have to have a copy of the game. I don't know if you can buy a digital version or get a digital version, or you probably pick up some version on eBay if you can't find it. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and then it's from there. It's really easy. It's been a long time since I've done it. I set it up a while ago, but it's really easy. Once you get it installed, I believe all you do is like type in an IP address, and then basically the server populates in. Yeah, it's really easy, man. It's really easy. You just have to have a copy of the game, and then you're in. And then you just go to like Star Wars Galaxies Legends, I think it is, or Star Wars Galaxies Hybrid. I can't. EMU, SWG EMU. There's a few fan-made servers out there. I've only played EMU. I heard the other one has a more active population. But yeah. That's what I was going for. Saved by the Bell there, man. I always play that song. That song was actually used in a video that I made called Fake Fans versus Real Fans. And I fell in love with the song, and now I play it like every time I start the stream. All right, 5 minutes, and then I'm going to jet. Let's see. My daughter is still napping. Gonna take a good nap today because it's dark and it's rainy. It'll be nice. That would be nice. Then I'm gonna try to get my Mandalorian video up today. But it's probably gonna have to wait until tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get as much as I possibly can done with it today. But yeah, anyway. Sorry, I'm reading about how to put the book on Google. The Google publishing seems exactly like the Amazon publishing. Interesting. Boop. Knowing Star Wars, that will reference to everything comes together in Star Wars. What are we talking about? Sorry, I looked away for a while. What's up, Took? Good to see you, man. Man, these, like, it's funny to me, like, God, I actually texted my buddy the other day. I said, because when we were like 15, 16 years old, we would go into Yahoo chat rooms and like just fuck with people majorly. And I was like, it would be so funny to be like a 16-year-old kid nowadays with the power of the internet and Facebook and all that. You could just cause so much chaos and be such a troll and have such, like, just laugh your ass off at getting under people's skin, right? That's not the way to do it. The people that are trying to get in here, that's lame. To be 16 years old and troll the internet. Have a little creativity, man. You got to stick around and like try to get under people's skin. That's what it's all about. You don't just come in here saying that. What do you think is going to happen, man? Come on. No creativity, Vince. Indeed. Me and my buddies used to go into like Yahoo voice chat rooms and say the most horrendous shit. In all sort, no matter what the chat room was, we even like would connect our webcams, and my buddy, I can't say, my buddy would pretend that his arm fold was a certain body part, and like it was hilarious. It was hilarious. I can't really explain it, but yeah. Plus, yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's a really good way to explain it, Colton, for sure. Colton says the show feels like a fun Dungeons and Dragons game where random encounters lead to some fun and unexpected sessions. Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good way to put it. Absolutely. That was, yeah, it's kind of crazy to think that. I mean, 16 years old, being an idiot on the internet. The power to do that nowadays is, I mean, you could be a 16-year-old kid or younger and create narratives that change the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could get people to believe. There's some people out there that will believe anything. And if you want to have a laugh, I mean, there's people that will believe anything that you post. And it's crazy to think about. It's crazy. But yeah, anyway. Baba Booey, Baba Booey. Howard Stern's asshole. I remember that. But yeah, anyway. Okay, cool. It is time for me to jet. That was an hour on the dot. So, yeah, I'm going to try to record some Mandalorian audio. Other than that, man, I don't know if I'm going to do anything this weekend with the channel. Probably not going to stream until Monday. Can't think of anything else. Nothing really planned other than this Mando video, and then I'm going to stream probably Monday, so that's it for me. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Enjoy the rest. Yeah, if I don't see you this weekend, enjoy the weekend, all right? And I hope you liked the latest episode. If you didn't, if it's not your thing, you know, some episodes aren't going to hit you. It's all right. That's how it works. And then some are going to blow you away. So, all right. Enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Let's end it with a fun trip, as I always do, to the mall, shall we? All right. Let's get a pretzel. Let's get some Sbarro. Let's go to a KB Toys. Let's buy some Jinkos. Jinkos, you say? Yes, Jinkos. Let's trip over our Jinkos. Later, Jinkos.